Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to SPG weekly meeting. Before we start the session, I want to tell about the SPG or Speaking Practice Group. Speaking Practice Group began as a small group consisting of 5 people of IELTS students from Leaders English who met online to prepare for their speaking test using a simple meeting format. And with support from Leaders English, the session gradually opened to the public and were held weekly to invite more learners to practice together. Since it launched in July 2021, which is its initiation stage private group, July at 2021, SPG has steadily growth grown into supportive space for English learners and speaking practitioners. Approaching its first anniversary, Fansmillennial Networks Consulting joined the initiative to expand SPG's impact not only as a learning platform but also as a space for networking. Today, SPG meetings have been significantly improved, and a mentorship program has been introduced to further strengthen its role and reach. So before we start, after this, I want to read the housekeeping rules and announcement. Wait a second. Huh. All right. Housekeeping rules and announcement to make this a safe and supportive place for everyone. First, please remain respectful, cautious, and mindful of others during the session. Second, avoid sharing any personal information, contact details, or links to commercial products or potentially unsafe websites in the chat. Third, the host reserves the right to remove the participant who disrupt the session. Fourth, keep your microphone muted at all times unless it's during the Q&A session, breakout rooms, or when the host specifically requests otherwise. Fifth, the session is being recorded. By participating, you consent to the recording of your video, name, and comments. The last one is take full advantage of this opportunity to practice English and expand your network. Be proactive and contribute to the growth of this community. So I want to introduce our moderator for reading this meeting agenda and leading the session. So the moderator is Brother Nabil. Brother Nabil, time and place is yours, Brother Nabil.
Hello everyone, good evening. I'm the moderator for tonight. Before we starting, I would like to read the meeting agenda first. We'll open at 7:30 until 7:35 with housekeeping, announcement, and introducing the moderator, which is me. 7:35 until 7:40, reading meeting agenda and speaker CV. The speaker session will start from 7:41 until 8 p.m., which the presenter for tonight is Mr. Acep. After speaker session, we have Q&A and closing statement from speaker, which will be at 8 past 1 p.m. until 8:20 p.m. 8:20 until 8:30, presenting certificates and taking a group picture. After that, we have topic of the day. We start from 8:31 until 8:35, 8:36 until 8:51. The first breakout room, which will be for 15 minutes. 8:44 until 9 past 9 p.m. The second breakout room, 15 minutes. And after that, we introducing new participants and choosing next moderator and presenter for the next week. Also closing, which will be at 9 past 10 until 9:15. Before we start, I'd like to read the speaker CV. Today topic, today presentation topic is fundamental principles of graphic design, which will be presented by Mr. Acep Usman Abdullah. His educational background is master degree from the University of Queensland, Australia, bachelor degree from IPB University Bogor, current work or organization, mentor in FM mentorship partners, head of Koperasi Desa Merah Putih Limbangan, founder of Fansmillennials Networks Consulting, President Commissioner of PT Timeless Network Group. Field of interest, creative digital business and development, organization and business transformation, current city, Sukabumi, West Java. Visual quote, networking goes beyond the term itself. It's about sharing ideas, building connections, and working together. Let's share, connect, and collaborate. Without further ado, I'd like to invite Mr. Acep to start the presentation. Mr. Acep, time and place is yours.
All right, thank you so much, Brother Nabil, for introducing me. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you. So, first of all, I would like to welcome to new participant who joined this meeting for the first time. I know there are some. So this evening, I'm going to share my knowledge about graphic design. But mostly this is from my previous experiences in mentoring and graphic design course, including in the HS Creative Digital and in Limbaran Creative Digital. So both organizations really helped me a lot in improving my knowledge in this area, as well as implementing together with mentees. So in this part, I would like to emphasize more in design elements, theory of color. Basically, there are many aspects of graphic design, but due to time constraint, I just emphasize more in design elements, specifically theory of color. So just quick background, everybody. Why are graphic design principles important? So there are 10 benefits that I just resumed. First one is communicating message more effectively. Second, creating professional looking designs, capturing and maintain attention, improve visual hierarchy, enhance brand connect consistency, increase marketing effectiveness, support better content creation, solve visual problem, work more efficiently, and transfer skill across creative fields. So in the HS Creative Digital, in Lembangan Creative Digital, for instance, so we are supporting mentees who are making content. So by knowing these essential skills, essential knowledge, I would say that they really benefit from these experiences, this knowledge, because they can create better content in time in efficient manner. So those graphic design fundamentals benefits. Now let me move on to the next part, which is overviewing 6 elements and 6 principles of graphic design. So I stick to these elements and principles in teaching graphic design or in mentoring graphic design to my mentees. So the first one is about color, which will be explained further in this evening. The second one is basic shapes, typography, photography, textures, and layout. So there are 6 elements of graphic design. Also, we have 6 principles of graphic design. The first one is balance, emphasis, rhythm, contrast, unity, and consistency, and 6 innovation. So all these lessons, of course, are compiled in one lesson called graphic design fundamentals. So this evening, as I mentioned earlier, I would like to focus on more color or theory of color. So the first thing that I have to share with you all is about color versus hues. So you might realize that both color and hues are related, and maybe you are confused with those terms, but let me explain in detail. So hue is the basic color family or position on the color wheel, such as red, blue, green, etc. So those are hues. Meanwhile, color, it could be the same hue but different appearance, right? So this is influenced by the type of hue itself, also saturation and value. So if you look at this picture, there are three objects here. So in the left one, this map. So this is blue. So all are all objects have the same hue, which is blue, but different appearance. So the left one, this one with high saturation, medium brightness. The middle one with low saturation and high brightness. And the right one is the high saturation and low brightness. So different appearance, the same hue, which is blue, but could be different color. So I hope you can understand the difference between color and hues. So now it's about color wheel. So this is very, very helpful to use or to pick color, the balance color or the essential color that we want to use or apply in our content. So by knowing these terms, the first one is primary colors, red, yellow, and blue. We can realize that these colors, I mean these hues, red, yellow, and blue, cannot be mixed or formed by any combination of other colors. So very, very independent. And the second one is secondary colors. These are green, orange, and purple. Basically, if you can look at this color wheel, so green is between the primary color yellow and the primary color blue. So it's in the middle. And orange, orange is in the middle of the primary color of yellow and red. Meanwhile, tertiary color, such as yellow, orange. So usually we mention the first primary color and then the second color. I mean the secondary color. So this one, tertiary color, is combination between the primary color and the secondary color. So yellow, orange, this one. So it could be a red, this yellow, orange, red, orange, this one, and then red, purple, for instance, this one. So basically, from these colors are formed by mixing primary and secondary color. And that's why the hue is a two-word name, such as blue, green, red, violet, and yellow, orange. So this is the color wheel that help us to understand the different terms, such as primary colors, secondary colors, tertiary colors. Meanwhile, the wheel of color as well really help us a lot in making a formula or harmonizing colors. So there are three strategies. The first one is analog. Analog means that we combine three colors which are side by side on the color wheel, such as yellow, green, yellow, green, yellow, and yellow, orange. So if you look at this picture, yellow, green, yellow, and yellow, orange are side by side. So using this basic formula, which is analog, you can create a color, the sequences of color in harmony or balance. And you can see some examples here on the right part of the color wheel. The example of nature retreats kind of a flyer here, which is very interesting and look good. And then the second basic formula is complementary. So basically, we can use a color of wheel. If you look back to the color wheel, the complementary means we use the primary color with other color or any color in the color wheel here, any hues, but in the opposite of the position. So for example here, the blue is used with orange. So the orange complement blue, or red as the primary color is complemented by green. So this basic formula, which is complementary or complementing strategy, really helpful to pick which color that we want to use in design, especially to emphasize contrast. So looking back to the visual of complementary technique. So this is the visual of a restaurant. The left one using red and green, and the second one, I mean the right part, using red, purple, and yellow, green. So basically, this picture are using complementary technique, which are really helpful to create the balanced appearance. So the next one would be a color scheme based on nature. So this part, you could use the principle of formulating basic theory of color, but just speak from the nature. So for example here, you can see these are yellow, red, and green. Basically, we can find in the garden, for instance, flowers with leaves and its parts. So using this, I mean, inspired by nature, still we can create the color harmony, and but of course depend on the general appearance of the content that we have made. So apart from the analog, apart from the hang on. So apart from the second strategy, which is complementary, so we can use the nature appearance, and then we can apply to mixing the colors that we want to use in our content. So the last part, I mean, the next part of the color is color psychology. So it's important to realize that each color, each hue, gives different emotion or perception. So they create our emotion and decisions and influence mood and creativity. So for example here, if you're talking about red color, it will be related with something about passion, power, and energy. In terms of blue, for instance, it's about the situation that shows calmness, trust, and creativity. And including green here, it's about nature, balance, and renewal. So each color represents different feeling, but of course depends on our perception. It might be different perceived emotion in each people, right? So in each person might have different perceived emotion or feeling. But this is the rule of thumbs here. The red is about passion, orange is about energy, purple is about luxury. And we also have black and white, which is black, for instance, about power, formality, white is about purity, cleanliness, and simplicity. So when we decide which color that we want to use, it's also important to find the emotion that the object might generate. So if you want to, for example, want to give color or paint to our food court, for instance, or any place that can attract people to come in, and we serve food there, I think it's important to consider about color that can grab attention and also can increase taste of the foods that we are serving. For example, yellow, even combination between yellow and red, it might be acceptable. So that's about color psychology. And the next one is about color context. So color context is about how color behaves in relation to other colors and shapes. So there are four factors that influence color context. The first one is about value, lightness and darkness. The second one is about saturation, which is about intensity. And the third one is about hue, color value that I mentioned at the beginning of my presentation. And the last part is about warm and cool colors. So it's interesting to note here. You can see the picture. There is a cycle object or round object, red objects next to the red or on the red. So let's kind of on the red object, on the blue object. So if you look at this, the left one, the red object appears closer, which means advance toward the viewer. Meanwhile, the right part, the right one here, blue on red, the blue object appears farther, recedes away from the viewer. So warmth means advancing, meanwhile cool is receding, right? So different combination of colors might create different visual. Even these two colors, which are same, the left one and the right one, but it appears different appearance, like give different feeling, right? So it's important to know the context as well. And so this is the last part of the color, which is about color model. So if you use a computer and then you want to create like visual aid or flyer or whatever, but it will be used online setting or you will share or distribute online, you need to consider using RGB in compare with CMYK. But if you want to create the printed objects or printed documents or printed flyers, printed backdrop, for instance. So consider to set your design in CMYK because based on this theory, it's good to select CMYK a model for the printed objects. But if you want to distribute online, so better to use RGB. I think both are available in Canva or in other design software. So it's good to understand this when exporting. So when you are in the final stage of making content, which is generating content, make sure you select either RGB or CMYK. And I think in Canva, it's already prepared, especially for the pro users or those who pay. I think you can access CMYK. But for the free user, I think you just access RGB. But it doesn't really it's not a big deal basically if you let's say if you print or if you produce in RGB color, still it can be printed and I think the color is acceptable. But for the high resolution and for the large document, for instance, for the large object, it's good to prepare in advance and choose CMYK setting. Well, so this is the second elements of graphic design, which is basic stuff. But I won't explain here. It could be different part of my presentation due to time's limitation. So thank you so much, everybody. That's all my presentation about 6 elements of graphic design, emphasizing more in the color, in the theory of color. I will continue maybe in different occasions or different opportunities. So thank you. Back to the moderator.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Acep, for the amazing presentation. So the session of presentation has been ended. Do you have any question, or if you have any question, you could raise your hand or raise your virtual hand, and or ask in the chat box, please. Is there any question? Okay, if there any that is there any question, Mr. Acep, if I want to design, do you have any recommendation for apps to design with in there, like either Adobe Illustrator or what? Thank you.
All right, thank you for the question, Brother Nabil. Yes, myself, I use, of course, Canva. It's not really vector based, but I also use vector based app, which is Affinity Designer. Well, I don't endorse it, but it seems more affordable, but with good features. I mean, we can't really what we call compete with CorelDRAW or Adobe Illustrator because, well, money talks. But still, I think for the beginner, even advanced one, I think it's this app is useful and still it has complete features that can help you to design in vector based. I think soon Canva will also um, I mean they will create the vector based features perhaps, so it be made available soon, I hope. But again, for the beginner, it's also good to know uh, the basic theory of color, basic theory of shapes, and when AI help us in, let's say, in giving some choices, have we have sort of basic understanding, and then we can say which one that's good and which one that's not. And if you have also capability in design in the vector based app, still you can start from zero, and then you can do some let's say modifying the objects. So lots of experiment that you can do using vector based. But of course, when you are requested, I mean, when you have to produce design products in a quick way, I think non-vector based or pixel based is very helpful in that situation. And of course, now you still can use AI. But yeah, if you have time and if you want to learn from the zero, I think it's good to use vector-based app, as you mentioned, like Adobe Illustrator, CorelDRAW, Affinity Designer, and perhaps there are some out there which are affordable and good for the beginner as well. I hope this helps.
Okay, thank you. Is there any more? Okay, I guess. Is there any more question? Okay, there is a question in the chat from Mr. Awan. Most of cars and motorbikes, they don't give us many options. It's usually black, white, red, and blue. They do have another color, but not many customers buy it. Give us your thought about it. Your thought, yeah.
All right, thank you. So it's interesting noticing the fact that in in goods such as cars, motorbikes. They don't have many options in terms of the color, usually black, white, red, and blue. Um, I I'm not sure if there are some regulation or not, but this probably based on the research. And talking about black, usually for car, for instance, luxury car, still black represents the luxurious, and even black also can represent neutral, right? As you can see from my previous slide. And this probably because easy to maintain, perhaps in some way. I don't have any exact answer for this, but in terms of black, I think this can represent the luxuries. Even white also can represent that one, but both are acceptable in many impression, right? So that's why black and white still, I think, the predominant one in terms of the color usage in goods in luxurious goods such as motorcycle, cars, and etc. And of course, perhaps it's easy to combine with other colors, if any. For instance, if you want to use some, small part of the object itself, like giving some label, it's still um, in harmony, like a balance. That's why the natural color perhaps can serve many benefits compared to other primary colors. But it doesn't mean that they don't have one. Sometimes because of rare, like seldom people to choose, or maybe just a few number, uh, few number that are produced by the manufacturer, for instance. Um, Special car could be something that special, right? Could be something special, and maybe the price itself is high, right? That's my thought. Mr. Awan. But of course, if you have some like different opinion, or maybe you want to say something about that, please. But again, I think black can represent luxurious as well, but of course it can match with other colors when it comes to like giving a small part in that car, so it could be match or balance. I hope this can satisfy your request. I mean your question. But if you have some feedbacks, please happy to discuss. You're welcome.
Okay. Is there any more question? If there isn't any more question, we will go to the next session, which is presenting certificates.
I don't think we don't need one. How about for the brother?
I think
No,
just
okay,
brother Nabil.
I don't need one though.
Okay, maybe
It's
just skip it.
so just keep it.
Just keep it. Okay, if there any more doesn't okay, if there no more question, I will go to the next session, which I will give it back to our host, Altamis.
Bruh, I want your
Uncle
uncle.
Altamis, the invite is yours.
Alright, wait a second. Thank you, Brother Nabil, for leading the session. So we move to the next session. So we skip the presenting certificate for the presenter and moderator. So we move to the documentation purpose. It is taking your pictures. So if you don't mind to open your camera, please open your camera, guys. Mr. Awan, Mr. Ahmad, thank you, Mr. Awan, thank you, Mr. Ahmad. Sister Afaf, Miss Zahra, I think, Brother Azam, Brother Nabil, Brother Tangguh, Sister Z. I think Miss Yanita is just the mic. Yeah. So I'll count on three, guys. One, two, 3. All right. Thank you. We already get the group pictures, so we move to the next session. Topic of the day first before the breakout room. Before we move to the breakout rooms, we want to introduce the new participant. I think Miss Zahra and Miss Yanita, is new participant in here. Miss Zahra, if you don't mind, could you please unmute your microphone and you introduce yourself? Where do you come from and where do you get this community from? Hello, Miss Zahra. All right.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Let me introduce myself. My name is Harfa Zahra Nurhayati. I'm from Cikarang. Sorry, what is the last question?
Where do you come from and where do you get this community from?
Yeah, the information. Where did you find this information?
I got this information from Sir Acep.
Okay.
Yes, he is intern student in the HS, and I think maybe next month he will present here. Right. So it's good experience, Harfa. I know you are in the first or second week. Yeah. So it's good to know at the beginning. So please come again. And of course, the rest you will also learn about the graphic design in our next week meeting. I mean the HS.
Okay, sir.
All right. So the next one is Miss Yanita. Miss Yanita, could you please? Yeah. Okay.
Okay, thank you for the. Before that, it's my apologies. I cannot on my camera. So let me introduce myself. My name is Yenita. I'm from Tangerang, which is my job from the Ministry of Law and Human Rights in Tangerang right now. And then I know this information from the group where is candidate Jika Kisah. There is some information from that group.
Like another community.
Another community.
Or
like
speaking practice group WhatsApp or.
Yeah, group WhatsApp.
Okay.
That's right.
So you already joined the WhatsApp
Yeah,
group.
I already joined that group.
All right.
Is this your first time, Miss Yanita?
Yeah, this is my first time. So
okay, welcome.
This is new for me.
Okay, welcome.
Thank you.
Actually, I'm the one who promote this group to her, since she's the one of the candidate for the JICA training in Japan for the next August to September. So in order to hone her skills, so yeah,
That's
I
good one.
promote her.
Yeah, finding skill is part of our function as well here. Thank you, Brother Awan, for inviting her.
All right. So yeah, thank you. And yes, yeah. Okay, so we move to the next session. Next session is reading the topic of the day. Wait a second. All right. So who wants to read this topic of the day?
Frankly, if you don't mind,
all right,
I
Mr.
would
Awan.
ask Miss Yanita to read the topic of the day.
Yes, please, would be great then.
Oh, wait a second, I forgot. Bruh. Sorry, sir. Wait a second. Wait a minute. I forgot to change the topic of the day.
No problem. Take your time.
It's about
Actually,
animals.
yeah, cause like this
Pre-
day
the, the
I'm
Last
previous
really
week, last
one.
busy.
week.
Right? Actually, this day I'm really busy, so I'm not.
It's okay, mister.
Wait a second, bruh. Sorry, cause like this morning I have to cleaning my home, and then this afternoon I have a harvesting my melon fields.
That's nice one. How
Yeah.
about the rabbit one?
Uh, I'm not. I'm not
Apa does it, right?
Yeah. No. Nabil does it.
Nabil. Great.
Half and Nabil.
Task distribution effectively, yeah, in a family.
Yeah. Wait a second. Copy and paste. And this one. All right. And then. All right. All right. Who's gonna read the topic of the day, guys? Sorry. Is it my internet connection or what?
I think it's good.
Miss Yanita, could you please read it?
All right, just read the paragraph in there, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Just start from topic of the day.
Okay, topic of the day. Graphic design is a form of visual communication that combines image, colors, typography, and layout to deliver message clearly and effectively. It's widely used in advertising, branding, websites, social media, and printed materials. The main purpose of graphic design is not only to make content attractive, but also to help people understand information more easily. Designers use different visual elements to guide the audience attention and create meaningful experience. The fundamental principle of graphic design include balance, contrast, alignment, repetition, proximity, and hierarchy. These principles help designer organize information and create visually appealing composition. For example, contrast can highlight important information, while alignment creates a sense of order and professionalism. By applying this principle correctly, designer can improve communication, strengthen visual identity, and make design more effective for different audience and purpose. That's all. Thank you.
Read the next one, the topic questions.
All right. Topic question: how do the fundamental principle of graphic design help designer communicate information more effectively and improve the audience understanding of visual content? Two, which graphic design principle do you think is the most important and how can it influence the overall quality and effectiveness of a design project?
Thank you, Miss
Thank
Yanita,
you, Miss Yanita.
for reading the topic of the day. So we move to the next session. Next session is breakout rooms. So the first one, it is a randomly